All right, let's move on to our next topic. So, if you didn't know, the Big Ten, they unveiled their 2023-2024 men's basketball broadcast schedule. They're one of the only conferences to unveil the whole thing. The SEC, the Big 12, they have only unveiled their conference. They haven't unveiled the broadcast schedules for like everything. So, it's kind of hard to compare it. But, Burke, what was kind of your reaction thinking about watching Indiana on Peacock this year, right? A digital platform. What was your reaction to that?
I thought about starting a class action lawsuit against NBC Universal for extortion because Indiana Purdue is reaching a fever pitch, like just with how heated each of these bouts are.
Right.
It's extortion. It's extortion on the largest corporate level, and I for one won't stand for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. There are some games on there, like this football season, they've put some, kind of sleepy games on Peacock, right? They had Michigan versus ECU at the beginning of the season on there. So, like obviously, Michigan fans are going to want to watch their team, but at the end of the day, is Michigan ECU really going to do that many numbers outside of Michigan fans? No, probably not. So obviously, you go put them on Peacock. But that's where I'm with you, dude, is like there are some actual like good games that are going to be on Peacock this year. Now, I already subscribed to Peacock because The Office is on there, and I love The Office. So you're not going to really hear any complaints from me about it. But I do understand people who, don't want 17 different subscription services signing up for Peacock. Do you think this is going to hurt the Big Ten's like visibility at all or anything like that?
I mean, it does for anybody not in the state. Like, it does for anybody not here invested with us, because like there isn't going to be recruits just turning on Peacock. They aren't going to turn on Peacock and see how crazy Assembly Hall is when Purdue rolls into town,
right?
And be like, oh, maybe take a flyer on those guys,
right? Well, and like, I don't have YouTube TV, but my in-laws do. And so when I go over to their house, I'm flipping around to different games and stuff like that. And that's going to be the hardest thing, is being able to like have all this going on social media and somebody's like, oh, I got to find the IU, Purdue game. And it's like, well, where's it at? It's like, oh, I got to exit out of this. I got to go all the way over to my, Peacock app and then go in there.
Exactly. Yeah. And how crazy some of the older IU fans are. Like younger IU fans know how crazy some of the older IU fans are. Yeah. How are they going to react to this when they find the news? There's no way they know that this is the case yet. Yeah. They will not know until they turn on NBC and don't see it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah. That was kind of my thing, was like, I really wish that NBC would have done kind of like a cross platform thing here for the first season. I really wish they would have done like it's going to be on NBC, but it's also going to be on Peacock. You can watch either one, but there's special footage on Peacock that you can see during the commercial, like give us some kind of incentive to watch Peacock.
It was the second highest rated game last season, and it's on Peacock this season.
Right. I mean, I'd be interested to see the numbers. I'm sure it's going to break all kinds of.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure there's they found the way. This is the way. This is how you get every person in this state. They at least got Indiana's population on this one.
Right. So I was doing some digging a little bit. Like I said, SEC and the Big 12, they don't have their full numbers out yet. They have their conference numbers, but not their full numbers. And what was interesting to me is that the Big Ten, compared to the ACC, has more games on CBS. So even though they have more on Peacock, right? I mean, the ACC doesn't have any on Peacock. They have their ACC network and ESPN Plus. But the Big Ten actually has, from what I saw, at least right now in the planning stages, they have the most games on CBS out of any conference. And so it's like, it's almost like you kind of take it with your poison, right? It's like, oh, we're going to take the Peacock. That sucks. We don't want to do that. But like a lot more national exposure on CBS for maybe some of these other games. I think the worst thing is just IU Purdue,
Oh, the whole thing, it came right before the news of IU Kentucky resuming was broke. And I just immediately thought, okay, so since Cal bartered his way into having 2 home games and us having a neutral one at first at Lucas Oil.
Yep.
Since he did that, I wouldn't be surprised if it was on his own, like Cal's OnlyFans was where we have to broadcast that game. Like it's crazy because that will be just as highly viewed and probably more because of how much.
Having an OnlyFans. That's a picture I don't want in my head now, Burke.
I'll tell you what, if he's broadcasting the IU Kentucky game, I'm subscribing.
Okay, yeah, well, that's true.
I have to.
It'll probably be cheaper than Peacock, so, what's 1 month subscription?
Yeah, I don't know. That guy is pretty full of himself.
Yeah. You go there, $20 a month. Oh, man, all right, so